Hello Nintendo TVers, we hope your bodies are ready for our chock-a-block episode 11. Coming up on this month's show, we head to New York Comic Con for some behind-the-scenes footage from the coolest cult show in town, interview the producer of Wreck-It Ralph, Disney's latest all-star video game movie. But first of all, we're putting on the puzzle pants and preparing to be taxed with Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask. You've got to love Herschel Layton. In addition to having the most brilliant, conundrum-unfumbling mind in the world, he's also a dashing, gentlemanly old cove. Those are just a few of the many reasons why we love Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask. But the biggest one, quite simply, is that this could be the best Professor Layton game yet. The story is pleasantly familiar, like an old winter cardigan. Layton, along with his protege Luke and assistant Emmy, head to Monte d'Or, also known as the City of Miracles. It's here that they encounter a metal-mugged villain with a rather uncharitable habit of turning the citizens to stone. As you'd expect, the only way to unravel the mystery and save the day is by solving hundreds of typically tricksy brain teasers. And when we say hundreds, we mean actual hundreds. There are loads. It's not just business as usual though. This is the first Layton game for the Nintendo 3DS, and plenty of things have changed. Most obviously, Herschel and his buddies now appear in juicy, glorious 3D for the first time ever. We still have the lavish animated cutscenes and irresistible cast of cartoony misfits, but everything has more weight than in previous games. The world itself can be more deeply explored as you delve into the shadowy world of Monte d'Or. And while you'll certainly need a nimble brain to play, the Miracle Mask will also test you in bags of new thumb-related ways. Series fans will also love the chance to delve into Professor Layton's past, reaching back to a time before the prof first picked up his top hat. If nothing else, it's great to see Layton without his trademark headgear, and looking at that haircut, we're beginning to see why he covers it up. And when all's said and done with the main game, that's not the end, as Nintendo will be releasing a brand new puzzle every single day for an entire year, meaning your mind will get an all-year workout. The best part about this? It's completely free of charge. Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask is out on 3DS on October the 26th, and would recommend it like covering up an unruly head don't with a snazzy top hat. Update time now, and we've got a big bag of news with your name on it. Ever wanted to see all your favourite game characters in one film? Then say hello to Wreck-It Ralph, a new Disney movie that sees an arcade bad guy taking on the role of hero. The film is packed to the rafters with video game character cameos for eagle-eyed viewers to spot, including Bowser himself. We got the chance to speak to the film's producer, and he had this to say about Mario's perennial nemesis.
When it came to Bowser, of course, we were sending the animation to Nintendo to get notes back, and we were asking them to make sure that we were always being true to form on it. And the coffee cup was one where they were very clear in terms of the way he would drink coffee, the way the mouth would actually move. Things that we don't actually see to the level of detail that they know.
Wreck-It Ralph hits UK cinemas in 2013, and we can't wait to see how the King of the Koopas takes his mocha frappuccinos. This month we also got the chance to see the full majesty of Learn with Pokemon typing adventure. This new Poke While You Learn extravaganza has you catching those adorable pocket monsters by typing their names into a wireless keyboard, sharpening your typing skills as you expand your Pokedex. It's the perfect companion to the amazing Pokemon Black version 2 and White version 2, and quite simply, it's the most fun you could ever have with a keyboard. Learn with Pokemon typing adventure is out now. This week's feature is coming at you like a superhero marathon of delight all the way from the New York Comic Con. Hundreds of thousands of the world's finest film, comic, TV and video games fans flock to the convention every year to get a glimpse at some of the best geekery on offer. As well as rubbing shoulders with the stars and queuing up for ages to get our capes signed by Superdog, the main draw of the con is cosplay. Lots and lots of cosplay. If you're not sure what cosplay is, it's basically the art of dressing up as your favourite pop culture character to varying degrees of goodness. Out of all the cosplay in the entire New York City though, our favourite has to be this amazing Professor Layton and Luke cosplay from Zilla and Julio Real. Critical thinking is the key to good cosplay. We weren't just in New York for the lights and colours though. We also got to have an exclusive look at upcoming Wii U shooter Aliens Colonial Marines. As well as going hands-on with Gearbox Software's huge homage to the Aliens movies, we also got to interview a Hollywood legend, Lance Henriksen, about his part in the films and in the new game. Just don't ask him to do the knife trick.
Every restaurant I go to, some waiter comes up and goes, "Hey, here's your check, but would you do the knife trick?" You know, so I go, no. After I'd done Dog Day Afternoon, people were sitting in restaurants going, and that wasn't as fun, because I thought the guy wants to kill me.
As well as sci-fi elite actors, Gearbox Software's main man, Randy Pitchford, or the Pitchmeister to his friends, told us how excited he is to be bringing the game to Nintendo's new console.
You think about a big movie studio with such an important brand, the expectations are there's going to be a lot of controls and a lot of limits on it. They know that we care so much about Aliens that not only would we do nothing to hurt it, but our intent is to make it stronger and better and add value to it. I can't believe that they trusted us with it. 20th Century Fox gave us the keys to the Aliens brand. What a wild place to be.
It looks like the real environment that I was in when we made the movie. It's pretty cool.
That's all from New York, but we'll be bringing you more news from this nostalgia-pumping shooter in the lead-up to its 2013 release. It's time to fill up your e-shopping bags now as we take a look at the bestest bargains on the Nintendo eShop. We'll kick things off with a bona fide classic, Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link. First released in 1987, this cracking action RPG, which, despite being all different and side-scrolly, paved the Pegasus boot-trodden way for all the excellent stuff that followed. The story sees a 16-year-old Link on a quest for crystals and the legendary Triforce in order to wake the slumbering Princess Zelda. It's still tougher than a tempered Master Sword, and well worth a look if you want to see our Link from a different perspective. Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link is out now. Bringing things right up to the present, we've also got the completely crazy Liberation Maiden. This frantic airborne shooter comes from Professor Layton Developers Level 5 and was designed by boundary boshing game legend Suda51. Set in New Japan, it sees the newly elected President Shoko take to the skies in a mighty mech suit in order to blast away hordes of mechanical Japan drilling nasties. It's bright, bonkers, and completely breathless. And it's also the best advert for a career in politics that we've ever seen. Liberation Maiden is on the Nintendo eShop now. I'm afraid that's all we've got time for this episode, but stay sharp, keep your shoes shined, and we'll see you next month for another dashing episode of Nintendo TV.